fan bases. You understand, these guys, I don't care if we win another game, but we want to win this game
one
tonight.
That's important. And a look at the starters for San Antonio. Inside, it's the veterans, Aldridge and Gasol. Young is out there with Green, and it's Anderson in at the small forward. Green against Harris. Young from outside. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Here's Ball. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. Passes it to Harris. To the middle. Here's AI. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. They get Paul Gasol.
You really have to respect AI's story, the way he got here, how he retreated out of high school, had to take some steps backwards before moving forwards, and look at it now.
And with AI teaming up with Harris, it's actually a throwback to their collegiate days together.
And you know, Harris was the star of that team, but AI, he carried his own weight, no doubt about it, in that deep tournament run. I know they've had some issues in the past, but they must have put things behind them to team up together now here in the NBA.
And yes, it's good.
Look, Pau Gasol is a big guy. Even when the D is up on him, he knows he's got plenty of room to still get that shot off.
Ball kicks to Kuzma. Pass to Harris. AI, the screen. Just 5 on the clock. Stolen by Anderson. Young outside. Score of the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
Anderson has great vision as a point forward. Exceptional court awareness.
Brett, when you won your first championship back in 2005, you were inserted into the starting lineup in the playoffs against the Nuggets. What did that feel like?
Well, that was a lot of fun. I joked around a lot about I was replacing Manu in the starting lineup. It was very exciting to have that opportunity, and obviously that team that year going on to do great things. The goal we set out to do was win the championship. Mission accomplished.
Here's Anderson after the made shot from Corey Harris. Here's Aldridge. Makes it off the glass. Aldridge has got his first points of the night.
A super high percentage shot from Aldridge there. Layups work.
Ball dishes to Harris. It's AI on the wing. That's a floater go. Goes back up and blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Green up on top. Guarded by Harris. Green, the pass to Young. Screen by Young to the inside. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Second player taken in the 2006 NBA draft. Aldridge has been an all-star multiple times and one of the game's most prolific scorers over the past decade.
Big group substitution here for the Lakers. Randall's checked in for Kyle Kuzma. Josh Hart comes in for Ingram. And Tavius Caldwell-Pope, he's checked in for Harris. And Thomas subbed in for Lonzo Ball. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. LeVert, he's checked in for Gasol. Gay comes in for Kyle Anderson. Manu Ginobili's checked in for Danny Green. And it's DeJounte Murray in for Young.
Once AI gets the ball in that painted area, he's just got a number of ways that he can go to cause damage.
Here's Ginobili. A rebound by the Lakers. Their last meeting was in this building where they were able to come out on top.
And that last one came right down to the wire. The difference for me being the impact they got from their bench.
Yeah, without the scoring they got from that second unit, that is not a game they would have won. They needed every one of those points that they got off the bench.
So it's San Antonio now, following the bucket by the Lakers. Here's Gay. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Well, he's dialed in right now in the in-between game. I'd love to see Rudy Gay capitalize there.
Brent, for as long as Coach Popovich has been at the top of this game, what really is there left to say?
I don't think there's much more you say on a professional level, but there's a lot to be said about the compassion and the things that Pop has done on a personal level for years behind the scenes, championing guys on his staff, supporting not only current players, but former players on his team The interesting thing for Pop the last couple of years is just how outspoken he's been in terms of the equality, not just around the NBA, but around our nation, and some of the statements he's made that have garnered a lot of political attention. Greg Popovich not afraid to express some of the things that maybe deep down we all believe in.
Here's Aldridge, following the basket by AI. Over Randall. Aldridge can't get it to go.
The defense cannot afford to be that lazy. You got to be up on the shooters at all times, especially at the mid-range.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Thomas against Murray. He kicks it to Gay. Rejected by AI. AI has been leading the charge for the Los Angeles Lakers. He got the double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. And we'll be right back after this. The 5'9" Isaiah Thomas has made a career out of...
Ever since I was a little boy, they always said, you're not going to...
Well, no question about it, Greg. Isaiah Thomas still plays with something to prove.
Definitely what drives him. I mean, hungry to show that he's a top player, regardless of size.
Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here. What have they been doing or not doing?
Through that first one, they've turned this thing into a trap meet.
Love the pace they're playing with. Anytime you can get your offense going without the defense setting up, got a huge advantage.
They've got AI. Hart is out there with Thomas. Then it's Randall. And it's Dang in at the small forward position. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. It's stolen by Randall. And here we go with Dang running it up the floor. And that one, good. That's 12 points for AI.
And Corey Harris, a star player in college, a very polished product when he came into the NBA. And he just looks like a natural leader out there on the floor.
Harris quickly becoming, Greg, one of the big names and stars in the NBA. I know this team was simply a mistake to land him on draft day, and he's a big part of that team. I mean, just beautiful.
In his prime, Rudy Gay would throw down some hellacious dunks, and that time gets in for another one. Still part of his arsenal.
And a terrific bit of chaos there in the replay presented by the Under Armour Hover Havoc. So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles. Brent, you played in 88 playoff games. What advice would you give to a player approaching his? And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter back. Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half. You look at AI, in this game, he has been everywhere.
And I love the game plan in that first half. They really value each possession.
Efficient so far with the shots that he's taken. His contributions have been fantastic.
Here's who Greg Popovich is starting in the second half. Inside, it's the veterans, Aldridge and Gasol. Young is out there with Green, and it's Anderson in at the 3 slot.
Continuing to light it up. AI's beaten everything the defense has thrown at him.
The Spurs come into this one following a loss to the Pelicans in New Orleans.
No other way to put it. Defense was awful. Completely uninspired at that end of the floor.
Scanning the box score here, and you can just see the turnover differential failing to cause any sort of mistakes. And then on the offensive end, just a lack of focus.
And we don't have to tell you folks about just how important this final game of the regular season is. To put it in plain terms, win and you're in.
And for the Lakers and Spurs fans, this is what it's all about. There's just so much history between these two franchises. And even though this is a regular season game, it's got an air of a Game 7 feel to it.
AI sets a screen for Kuzma. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot.
well executed, great rhythm. You've got to finish that one.
Well, it's like Thanksgiving out there, carving out space off the screen. Just couldn't complete the play.
Anderson outside. 5 on the clock. The pass to Gasol. Screen by Young. And Green launches it from deep. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. Green's got 5 now.
That play right there creates nice separation. Green coming off the screen in rhythm, ready to shoot.
And Danny Green, a terrific shooter, who also, Greg, happens to give you great production on defense.
Yeah, and I have to say, Green's probably alone in history with his shooting and defense. Only player to ever have 6 or more seasons with at least 50 blocks and 70 threes. You know, it might be arbitrary checkpoints, but nevertheless, it illustrates just what Green brings to the table. A consistent 3 and D player.
Looking at who's out there now for the Spurs. Gay comes in for Pau Gasol. And it's DeJounte Murray in for Danny Green. That's the Gay. Shoots over Ingram. Rebounded by the Lakers. AI's got his 5th rebound in this one. And if AI is familiar to anyone, you might remember him from his college days. Played a big role in a college tournament run not too long ago.
And unfortunately for AI, he got a little ahead of himself and declared after that run. And NBA scouts thought he just wasn't ready and ended up going undrafted. This seems like he needed more time to mature, but I'm guessing he wished he stayed another year in college.
Rudy Gay, not really the focal point of an offense at this stage of his career, and really benefited for coming in off the bench and playing minutes against a lot of teams' secondary units who didn't have guys capable of guarding him. So he got a lot more efficient, became a bench scorer that was very valuable for a Spurs team that sometimes struggled offensively.
Here's what the Lakers are going with right now. Randall's checked in for Kyle Kuzma. Josh Hart comes in for Brandon Ingram. And it's Isaiah Thomas in for Lonzo Ball. And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game. And Brent with Gay, even as his athleticism slips, he still is a handful to deal with on the floor.
Yeah, when you think that the experience then, Kevin, starts to pay off. He's got length and he's got wingspan, so if he's in the right position, he can still impact plays in a variety of ways. So if it's not on offense, he can use that defense to be in the right spot.
San Antonio making a switch here. Mills is checked in.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
And AI gets it to go.
And up until very recently, AI was grinding away in the G League. And from what I hear, he made a lot of progress with his approach to the game and fine-tuning his skill set.
And more, Greg, there are players who just figure it out when they get in the G League. You wonder if AI is the next player to make a successful leap. Takes the 13-footer and misses it off the right side of the rim. Lakers lead by 12. Thomas, good. Thomas got 8.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring. And this one couldn't have been any easier.
Well, on the defensive end, this is a joke. The lack of awareness is exactly why this team is so far behind.
And Laverne kicks to Murray. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Murray.
Poor decision making there. No idea what he's going for with that kind of pass in that situation.
The Lakers making a switch here. Caldwell Pope's checked in. And San Antonio also making a switch. Aldridge is checked in. There's Thomas with the 3. It's in. He's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Murray against Caldwell Pope. Now, here's Aldridge. Defense is right there. Here's Murray. And a dunk by Aldridge.
How about the stretch arms there of Aldridge? Awesome at using those to gobble up a second chance opportunity.
There's Thomas with the 3. Rebound by Murray. Spurs trail by 15. To the paint. Here's Ginobili. Lays it up off the glass. Ginobili's got his first 2 points of the night.
Well, there's a couple things that Patty is working on to be a better player in this league, and finding the open man is one of them.
And the Lakers call time here. So it's the Lakers now. 17 points was their biggest margin. Here's Thomas. An easy layup after coming off the pick. Thomas got 9 points here in the second half.
I give a ton of credit to the screener there. That was a perfect pick to give his teammate the space to knock down the shot.
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Lakers on top as they wrap up the third quarter with a massive 16-6 run. And after a quick break, we're going to come right back with the start of the fourth quarter. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Well, sometimes that's what can separate some of the best players, not just creating for yourself, but creating for others as well.
And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. We've got Caldwell Pope. Randall out there with AI. Then it's Thomas. And it's Hart in at the 3. That's the Laker 5. There's so many great point guards in the league right now, Brent. Which of them do you think does the best job of running the pick and roll?
I think Chris Paul still heads up the top of my list for pick and roll operators. He's so devastating and has been for his entire career. In the mid-range, just settling in at the free throw line and popping shots that seem effortless, and he's able to knock it down. Steph Curry is still at the point guard position, does so many unique things, Kevin, playing without the basketball and setting screens away from the ball to open up teammates, which eventually gives him opportunities to shoot threes. So divergently different, those two, but two of my favorites to watch.
Looking at who's out there now for the Lakers. Kyle Kuzma's checked in for Randall. Ingram comes in for Josh Hart. And Ball subbed in for Caldwell Pope. Pau Gasol's checked in for San Antonio. Young comes in for Patty Mills. Here's Ingram. Kuzma with a screen on Gay. Ingram passes to AI. Just 5 to shoot. From down in the low post, it goes. AI's got 20 points.
And it's not hard to see AI out there in an NBA uniform and not be reminded of that huge dunk he pulled off while playing in China. I still remember that play going viral.
Yeah, Greg, he was the talk of basketball after pulling off that dunk, and it actually helped him kickstart his path to the NBA. It's incredible, isn't it, how a dunk can change your career. Both free throws good from Aldridge. Now, here's Ball. AI outside. Through the net again. He's done that 10 times tonight, and he's only needed 11 shots to get there.
And these are shots AI can make. Confident when it comes to shooting from the inside.
And Young kicks to Aldridge. Shoots over Kuzma. Aldridge's shot is good.
And his teammates have to step up just a little bit more. He's been lights out. Needs a bit more support.
AI, the screen. Ball against Green. Ball, the pass to AI. Gay outside. Young. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over.
And I like this timeout. You're getting terrible rim protection.
All right, everybody, hold up. Hey, keep it tight. Don't let up on Marcus. You got that?
Yeah, we clear.
There's a check in for Lonzo Ball. Anderson, he's checked in for the Spurs. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Greg Popovich talking to his team during the break. He said, fellas, I know you're tired, but you can't coast now. You've got to go harder. This game is in sight. You've got to power through and get it. Words from the champion. Back to you.
That floater is a thing of beauty, effective when it's used the right way.
And Young kicks to Green. Anderson against Ingram. Aldridge sets up the pick now for Young. Back to Anderson. The Lakers with the rebound. AI's got rebound number 8 now on the night. You know, Greg, when you talk about AI, you have to mention that he was playing in China before getting a chance here in the NBA.
And just reading about his time in China, it seems like that whole experience was a harsh dose of reality for AI. That never quite felt at home. And while he did improve his game, I know he is glad to be back in the States.
There's Thomas with the 3. Gets it to go for bucket number 8. He's taken just 10 shots.
Full speed ahead. I mean, they have been in control since the opening tip, and that may have sealed the deal.
I can imagine a lot of things right now, but a comeback, that's not one of them.
Inside.
Can't throw that weak stuff up around AI. He takes pleasure in swatting those away.
Down low and stolen by Aldridge. Young dishes to Anderson. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Aldridge is sprint. Back to Anderson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Unloads from 9. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. 16 points for Aldridge.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for the Lakers.
They simply ran him off the court.
They set the pace, and their transition game was executed flawlessly.
And the effort here tonight, adding to the W column for the season. It'll go down as their 48th win.
And they really had a dominant run of games against this opponent this year. They played them 3 times and won every one.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for AI.
He came out and let everyone know that points would be hard to come by with the way he swatted away shots and protected the rim.
And you talk about getting thrown into the fire. We're seeing the first NBA minutes for AI in one of the biggest games of the season. This team must believe in him to look his way with everything on the line.
And if you follow the news, you might have heard the story of how AI came to land on this team. This is as pressure-packed a debut as it gets, and AI has to be both terrified and elated right now.
And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, AI.
And in terms of his shooting, this has been one of the more accurate performances you'll ever see. I mean, he's been in constant motion, creating a lot of good looks for himself. But still, even when you're wide open, you expect to miss some of the time. That has not been the case here tonight. This guy has made everything.
And with their spot in the postseason assured, he's picking up just at the right time to be... on top of his game. And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. They won this game going away. They were the better team.